Hello everyone, my name is the Lego Kid 2003, and today we are going to be reacting to the 5.2 special program. It's only 36 minutes, so it's going to be very short. Which kind of seems like that's been the theme for the past while, with the special programs just being really short. I was like, geez, my eyebrows are thick. Just realized this. Yeah, that's basically the... Jeez, I did not groom myself at all for today. Okay, there we go. Good grief. So, assuming we still have time when we're done with the special program and explaining what I'm going to do during the 5.2 update, we'll switch over to Genshin Impact, and then we'll, well, I won't do any event stuff, because I already did all that, but there's still the Imaginarium Theater, which I haven't done. So, yeah, that's the plan here. There we go. Yeah, we're good. No lag. Okay, cool. Really quickly before I start this, I'm gonna explain the 2 meters. The blue meter right next to my head is my follicle. If I hit 350 followers on Twitch, then I'll start playing Persona 5 Royal. The subgoal you guys can probably just read. Anyways.
We're a tribe of warriors. In ancient times, we were responsible for patrolling and defending all of Natlan.
So Ojkan's still managing to sow discord, even after all these years.
If you want to resolve a conflict through dialogue, sometimes you need a third-party facilitator. At this time and place, I'll bet the easiest person to find is...
His spirit has gotten lost and can't find its way back to his body.
I just want to rescue someone, and Granny won't let me.
"500 years later, and it's resurfaced again.
I worry that we risk repeating the mistakes of the Cinder City.
As long as the soul is involved, I should be able to help. Be free!
Take me up!
Hold on. Did shots not just God. Yep, that is just
Time to say hello.
Knock him down.
It's either your end or mine!
Before the final moment truly arrives, we must fight harder than ever."
Alright, there's the first code. So if you guys haven't redeemed it just yet, I would recommend redeeming it now, because it will not last forever. Assuming, of course, that it hasn't expired already. Of course, if you guys are on YouTube or watching this as a mod, you can just pause it if you so need. Yeah, it'll be good preparation.
Hey travelers, welcome to the Genshin Impact version 5.2 special program. I'm Gabe from the Loke team.
And I'm Kai. We meet again. Whoa, a cuckoosaur. Want to join us?
Hey, don't be shy. Come out and say hello.
I'm not sure what that meant, but it was adorable.
She approves of your compliment.
Hey, I didn't know you could speak Saurian.
Oh, I can't, but I can make an educated guess based on her body language.
Whoa, are all cuckoosaurs as friendly as this one?
Adult cuckoosaurs are usually very proud creatures, but there are always exceptions.
Well, since our Kukusaur friend kicked things off for us, I know just the place to start. The Flower Feather Clan.
All right, let's do it. Kukusaurs live among the Flower Feather Clan, which is suspended high above the mountains. This is a tribe of warriors, and most of their people can command the power of the skies. It was the Flower Feather Clan's ancient duty to patrol and safeguard the entire region of Natlan. As elite special forces, their job was to detect threats, disseminate intel, and quickly neutralize any dangers to the nation. Though the circumstances are different now, the tribe never forgot its origins. They still hold trials to assemble the fastest teams in the tribe. The trials test a pilot's skill and teamwork with the Kukusaurs.
Oh, I'm so pumped about these Kukusaurs.
Yeah, Kukusaurs are the proudest out of all the Saurians. They know that they're the kings of the sky. Kukusaurs can consume phlogiston to climb higher or perform a horizontal roll in midair. Holding the sprint button allows them to enter an accelerated glide state after a horizontal roll. In addition, they can even use phlogiston wind tunnels to quickly cover great distances.
Okay, so I'm assuming that Kukusaurs are really hard to
Okay,
tame.
so Kukusaurs
Yeah,
are going
that's
to be
true.
really
You need
good
to
for
prove yourself
travel.
in some worthwhile
Yeah, just
feat,
going
like
anywhere.
demonstrating exceptional archery skill during flight. That's the only way to become a true Kukusaur rider.
Wow, that's so strict.
Yeah, tell me about it. But okay, now that we've got a glimpse of the Flower Feather Clan, it's time for a quiz.
What? Already?
Yep, I hope you're prepared. Every tribe in that land has a unique way of communicating with their Saurian companions. The members of the Flower Feather Clan use a special item
Shoot, I
to
was
summon their
not paying
Kukusaurs.
attention.
What is that item?
A basket filled with their favorite foods?
Here's a hint. We just saw the answer in the previous video.
Oh, I remember now. Horn.
Ding ding ding! Kukusaurs live far from the tribe and from each other, so in
I love how it
order to
just says
summon them,
sound-making
the
device.
tribespeople use whistles and horns to produce loud noises. So there's your overview of Kukusaurs. Maybe they sound a little unapproachable compared to other Saurians, but don't worry, travelers. If you get into a tough situation, then Chaska, the Flower Feather Clan's expert peacemaker, can help mediate the conflict.
Knitch mentioned that her method of mediation is silencing both parties. Is that true?
Well, that's only in special cases. Most of the
The
time,
part is that
Chaska
because the
barely
Ornok
needs
was
to
we kind of
intervene.
already know
Everyone
what her
knows
weapon
what
is.
she's
She's-
capable of,
she's Anima
so
Bow.
people usually find a way to set aside their
So-
differences when she shows up.
Oh, so she doesn't
think
just
she's
handle
the
conflicts
third
between humans and
Anima Bow
Saurians.
character
She keeps the peace
gotten.
between people, too.
Exactly.
Because there's
Chaska
Venti,
was corrupted by abyssal
Farzan,
power as a
and
child,
Chaska.
so she has a strong
I don't
compulsion to
remember if there's
fight,
any other
but
Anima Bow
she knows how
characters.
to rein it in.
Right.
Beyond those three.
I heard that she was abandoned as a baby. It seems like she's been through a lot.
Yeah, but luckily for her, the Kukusaurs took her in and raised her as one of their own. In addition to hunting and flying, Chaska gained a lot of unique combat experience from her Saurian childhood. When Chaska is in your party, defeating monsters will restore phlogiston to your party. While she's in the Night Soul's blessing state, Chaska can ride and control her gun like a Kukusaur. The Soul Sniper doesn't just increase her movement speed and resistance
In
to
all honesty, that's
interruption,
kind of a cool
it
way to
also
travel.
allows her to get a better angle on her enemies.
Wow,
Little
that mid-air
dangerous, but
perspective
I
is
feel like just
so
in general,
cool.
that would look really
It
cool.
seems so liberating.
Yeah, and Chaska's fierce when she's in the zone. In the Night Soul's blessing state, Chaska's normal attacks deal animo damage to enemies in front of her. Unleashing a charged attack in this state will cause Chaska to enter a special aiming mode. This allows her to lock onto a set number of enemies within range and fire up to 6 Shadow Hunt shells, which deal animo damage upon impact. In addition, for every Pyro, Hydro, Cryo, or Electro character in your party, one of Chaska's Shadow Hunt shells will undergo an elemental conversion to deal the corresponding type of elemental damage.
Whoa, no way! So Chaska can directly deal other types
So
of
if you want,
elemental
like, a swirl
damage
DPS, she
based
kinda
on the
becomes
characters
a
in her party. And since she's an animal character, she can swirl them at the same time. That's awesome!
Yeah, I know, right? Her elemental burst has a similar function too. Chaska fires a gale-splitting Soul Seeker shell during her burst, which deals animo damage. The attack then splits into 6 Soul Seeker shells, which continue to attack nearby enemies.
Hey,
These
Al.
shells can
How you
also
doing?
undergo elemental conversions.
That's so cool. No wonder she's one of the strongest warriors in her tribe.
Speaking of her tribe, the warriors from the Flower Feather clan are formidable for sure, but we should also shed some light on those who aren't as skilled.
Oh, are you talking about the wingless? That's what the tribe calls people who fail the flight trials, right? They're the challengers who fail to earn the recognition of a Kukusaur.
Exactly.
mean.
But the name doesn't indicate that those people are weak or deserve to be cast aside. The
Okay, never
Flower
mind.
Feather
Yes.
clan has its own definition of strength. There's a tacit understanding that the wingless are
I was
supposed to
about
be
to point
protected
out that
until they can
calling
fly by
those people
themselves.
wingless
But that assumption
seems
is
kinda
challenged in Tribal Chronicles Tlalocan.
seems kinda
Someone
terrible.
will dare to ask,
But
what
never
if
mind.
you didn't need a Kukusaur to fly? If you could change the rules, then maybe there wouldn't be any wingless to begin with. Now, whether that's the right path is for us to discover. Chaska will also be there to help us find the answer. So, be sure to check out Chaska's Tribal Chronicle if you're interested in
Thank
what
you, Al,
happens.
for the resub.
Is there anything else that you can tell us?
Oh, there we go.
Ah, remember
There's
how
the
I
thing.
mentioned that Chaska was raised by Kukusaurs?
Yeah, tell us about it.
Her Saurian mother will make
yeah,
an
thank
appearance
you.
in this quest. Even though she's joined human society, Chaska still goes to visit her Saurian mother on occasion, especially when she needs some help with a tough situation.
Oh, so Cheska still has the soft side, even though she's a fearsome warrior.
Definitely. The Flower Feather clan is also the setting for the Archon Quest Chapter 5 interlude. All fires fuel the flame.
My audio is a bit low.
The tribe
Oh,
is
sorry
facing a
about that.
crisis, and they'll need the traveler's help to find
Oh,
a
sorry
solution.
about the
What
smudge.
kind of crisis?
Well, the Flower Feather clan suffered the worst of the abyssal contamination
Alright, I
during the
think that should
battle
be
in
good.
version 5.1. It's not just the human body that can't withstand high concentrations of abyssal power. For most people,
Oh,
it
is that any
also
better?
damages the mind. Many members of the Flower Feather clan are suffering from the mental repercussions of the abyss, and the tribe is in desperate need of aid. Iansan will be there too. After rebuilding her own tribe, the Collective of Plenty, she's traveling around Natland to help those in need.
The people of Natland really value unity,
shit.
don't they? No one fights alone.
I just realized we're
That's
getting
one
a
of my
little
favorite things
echo.
about Natland.
I just realized that we're getting
wait.
another part of
It looks like the captain will also be there.
Yes,
it's
the
the
captain will also offer help to the tribe. You may pick up on some interesting information if you pay close attention to what he has to say. The captain rarely gives away too much information in his regular interactions, but his secrecy here seems a little peculiar. So keep an eye out, but of course, restoring Natland's fighting spirit remains the top priority. After all, the war isn't over yet. The abyssal contamination is still around, and we have a very important battle ahead. Natland needs mental fortitude more than ever before.
The Flower Feather clan is pretty close to the Masters of the Night Wind, where the Ictomosaurs live. That tribe could be another good place to recover from the battle.
Oh yeah, let's check it out.
If you head west from the Stadium of the Sacred Flame and go past the towering walls, you eventually arrive at the settlement of the mysterious Masters of the Night Wind. The tribal settlement offers a unique glowing landscape at night. If you venture even further, then you might encounter the tribe's Wath Ictomosaur Elder or one of the many shamans who can communicate with spirits. I even heard that the witch doctors who live there can help cleanse your spirit. Plus, the graffiti art is really
Okay,
incredible.
I think that should be
In fact,
a bit better.
there's something special about this one. Can you figure it out, travelers? It's kind of tricky, right? Well, don't worry. The Ictomosaurs can help us out. Ictomosaurs are known for their wisdom. They can use their unique sight to detect things that can't be seen through normal mains.
Whoa, okay.
Right. Ictomosaurs are especially skilled at detecting ley lines and phlogiston. They can absorb power from phlogiston objects to enhance their abilities. Doing so allows them to jump higher, move faster, or even obtain surprising rewards. Ictomosaurs can also extract information from graffiti art to create special objects.
Oh, I bet that'll come in handy for solving puzzles.
Definitely, especially in Tribal Chronicles Mictlan, which will become available in version 5.2. The first 2 acts feature a lot of intriguing puzzles, so be sure to check them out, travelers. Some of them will require the help of an Ictomisaur, and others can be solved on your own.
I noticed that Ictomisaurs can perform fast-paced jumps when they have enough phlogiston, and it looks like so much fun. Do we know anyone who can use that ability? Besides the new Saurian, I mean.
Yes, Auroron can do it too. Like the Ictomisaurs, Auroron has the ability to rise into the air. He also has a keen sense of perception. While charging an aimed shot, Auroron will enter the Spirit Speaker state, allowing him to extract power from Natlan's graffiti and runes.
Speaking of Auroron, I was honestly super surprised by his personality. Before the 5.1 Archon quest, I thought that he looked like a stern, stoic, and harsh type of character. But as it turns out, he's just a sweet kid.
Yeah, it's kind of unexpected, right? Is he really that sweet though? Just to think
I'm
about
really
all the
hoping
sneaking
Auroran
around
is
behind
a
his
4-star.
granny's back.
Ah, true.
Because
The
Auroran
trapped
does
people
honestly
of the
look
Masters
really,
of the
cool.
Nightwind are known for being eccentric. But Auroron really takes it to the next level.
Yeah, it sounds like he does
Also,
things
as
his
far
own
as
way.
I'm aware, he's our
I
first
wonder
Electro
if that
adult male.
extends to his combat abilities.
It does. Auroron is a bit
Which is
different
cool.
from the Natlan characters we've met so far. He doesn't need to depend on the Night Soul's Blessing state to gain Night Soul points, and he can maintain the Night Soul's Blessing state even while he's off-field.
Ah,
That's
that does
interesting.
sound different from the other Natlan characters. So how do his abilities work?
Let me start by explaining how Auroron gains Night Soul points. This can happen in multiple ways. For example, Auroron can gain Night Soul points when one of his party members triggers a Night Soul burst. He can also gain them when other party members deal Hydro or Electro attacks to enemies after Auroron unleashes his elemental skill.
Oh,
Okay,
then
so he's
it
gonna be
sounds
like an
he works well with
electrocharge
Hydro and
DPS.
Electro characters.
Yep.
Kinda cool.
And in combat, when enemies take damage from electro-charged reactions or other party members deal Night Soul aligned damage, Auroron can consume Night Soul points to enter the Night Soul's Blessing state and trigger the Hypersense effect, dealing electro damage.
Oh, I see. So you need to pair him with the right characters if you want him to gain Night Soul points, enter the Night Soul's Blessing state, and trigger the effect.
Exactly. Though I should mention that Auroron doesn't need to be on the field to trigger the Hypersense effect.
Wait, he can trigger it even while he's off-field? That sounds really useful.
Totally. His Elemental Burst provides a convenient way to deal damage and support your party. Auroron performs an ancient reach roll with his burst to summon a supersonic Oculus, which taunts nearby enemies to draw them in. Once they're up close, the Oculus releases a sound wave to deal damage.
Sorry that
That
everything's
should be great
kind of
for
lagging.
crowd control.
Yes! With Auroron in your party, dealing with large groups of enemies should be a lot easier. And speaking of making things easier, Auroron can also improve the exploration experience by boosting the gliding speed of your characters.
Awesome.
Auroron really cherishes his friends. With a little teamwork on his side, I'm sure victory will always be within reach.
Cool.
I'm actually gonna
so
pull the stream
we
on my
introduced
phone to
two
see
of
if I
the
can keep an
upcoming
eye on
regions in this
things.
update. The Flower Feather Clan and the Masters of the Nightwind.
Just to
but
make sure
there's
everything's
more.
stable.
Version 5.2 actually introduces another new region. It's called Ochka
Collected
Natlan.
plenty?
Oh, I
never
think
mind.
we caught a glimpse of this ancient city when we were looking at the Flower Feather Clan. It's really beautiful from far away, but those clouds look kind of ominous. It looks completely abandoned. Is it dangerous?
Yes. This is a restricted area in that land due to its severe abyssal contamination, and it seems uninhabited. Over the years, many adventurers have come here in search of treasure or to slay the dragon.
Yeah, I think it's a
Unfortunately, none of them
year-end
have
thing
ever
because I had the stream
Flower
open on my
Feather
phone
Clan
and I'm not
often
really
sends
encountering any
riders to
lag.
patrol the area
Just a
and
slight
to
delay,
prevent
but
people
no
from
lag.
getting too close.
Wait, did you say slay the dragon?
Yeah, I know we introduced some adorable saurians earlier, but this creature is actually really terrifying. It occupies this ancient city and guards it fiercely. If it detects an intruder, then it will attack without hesitation.
Okay, that's pretty concerning.
It's easy to take human-Saurian coexistence for granted these days, but it actually took generations of effort to reach this point. This relationship wasn't nearly so harmonious in the ancient past. Travelers will need to explore Ochkanat land to uncover the reason behind this dragon's rampage. Of course, travelers won't have to do this alone. Here, take a look.
Oh, what's that?
This is a very important companion who will help us explore Ochkanat land. His name is Kokoik. As for his power, well, why don't you take a guess?
Okay, is he our moral support? You know, maybe he could make a cute noise every now and then to cheer us up.
Hey, let's not put our Tapetlosaur friend out of a job. Little one works really hard.
Okay, then I've got nothing.
Remember how I mentioned that Ochkanat land is heavily corroded by the abyss? Well, that's where Kokoik comes in. We can use his power to clear abyssal contamination. Follow the direction indicated by his light to collect secret source scraps and enhance his power. Once Kokoik has enough power, you can take him to track down the evil dragon.
What a useful little guy.
I know, right? Now, travelers can explore Ochkanat land with two companions, Kokoik and Little One. In fact, I've heard there's even a special token around here that can enable Little One to traverse a volcano. A new adventure with Little One awaits in version 5.2. This update will bring us one step closer to uncovering the mysteries of Little One's past. Familiar Saurian companions can also help us explore Ochkanat land. For example, with the help of a Kaholasaur, we can evade source mechanism attacks. With the help of an Iktomisaur, we can solve certain puzzles. With the help of a Kukusaur, we might even be able to chase down the evil dragon. But we'll leave the rest for you to discover, travelers.
Wait, are those some kind of lava fish?
Just right speed doesn't, it seems like it's working right, so I'm just gonna blame
Yes,
for
but
this one.
I've got some friendly advice, travelers. You should be
So it's gonna be a
very
little,
careful while
unstable every
exploring
now and again,
Ochkanat
but
land.
it's fine.
Some of the abyssal monsters here can distort their appearance to mimic powerful enemies. High-level monsters such as the Tenebrous Papilla can mimic even stronger enemies.
Huh? It looks like these monsters take the form of plants outside of combat.
Yep, that's true. The Abyss has corroded Natland's ley lines, allowing these monsters to read the memories inside of them and mimic creatures from Tevat.
How do we defeat them?
Travelers will need to use elemental attacks to break the enemy's protective void wards. Doing so allows them to take damage and causes them to enter a brief state of confusion. Night Soul aligned elemental attacks are especially effective against these wards.
That one was on me
The
because
Abyss
the
has
stream
gotten
froze for a
so
second.
advanced. It's scary to think about how
But
much
it's a
harder
common thing,
these
so I'm
fights
just
will
used to
get
it.
if these abyssal monsters continue to evolve.
Yeah.
Okay, that was a lot of information to take in at once. But before we take our first break, we still have a couple of short announcements. Really short, I promise. First up, limited time exploration rewards will be available in version 5.2. Just like in version 5.1, travelers can earn up to 400 extra Primo Gems. And the rewards will be available all the way through version 5.3. It's now time to introduce the event wishes. In the first half
And
of
what are
version
we
5.2,
skipping?
travelers can look forward to event wishes from Chaska and Lenny. Auroron will also receive a drop rate boost. And in the second half of version 5.2, we'll have returning event wishes for Zhongli and New Villette. The weapon banner will feature a new 5-star bow, Astro Vulture's Crimson
Okay,
Plumage,
never
and
mind,
2 new Natlan
because
specific
Zhongli's in phase
4-star
2.
weapons. Be sure to check them
That's
out
gonna
if
cause
you're
issues.
interested.
All right, it's time for our first break.
know
Once
what,
we come back,
we'll discuss
we'll
it later.
dive right into the event portion.
Okay, there's the other redemption code. In the event they haven't expired, go redeem them. Go forth and redeem. But yeah, we're getting a new Archon quest and a bunch of Travel Chronicles. I'm guessing we're going to be getting the Collective of Plenty either in 5.3 or 5.4. But we're also getting a new General World quest, which will help with filling out that that tablet thing that we got in the in like Act 3 or 4, or whichever one it was. I don't remember which one we got the magical tablet thing. I'll show you what I mean later.
Welcome back,
Victomosaurs
travelers.
look so cute.
Welcome
Ooh.
back. Let's dive straight into the event section. So in the first
Calamity of
event,
Eshu.
we'll get to learn more about the Masters of the Nightwind.
That's right. In
That
the
sword
version
looks really
5.2
cool.
event, Ikitomi Spirit-Seeking Scrolls, travelers will team up with Citlali and Auroron to get to the bottom of a mysterious accident that occurred within their tribe.
Travelers will need to complete combat challenges to defeat enemies who try to disrupt the ritual. They'll also need to reconstruct scenes from the tribe's woven scrolls and gather lost spirits scattered throughout the region. Travelers will only be able to uncover the truth if they collect all the clues. But don't worry, there are also various rewards to earn along the way, including Primo Gems.
Ooh, I really like the vibe of this event. It looks like Citlali is performing some kind of ritual.
Yeah, is it
also
Collective of
mysterious.
Plenty that we have left? or
When a
Masters of the
situation
Nightwind?
gets tough, it's
One of the
Granny to
two.
the rescue.
I'm not sure. All I know is that we have,
Citlali and
after this
Auroron
update,
have
we'll
some
have one tribe
really
left to
fun
unlock.
dialogue in this event.
I'm always grabbing the popcorn whenever these two interact. They're practically a two-person show. And speaking of fun, let's get into the event gameplay. First up is the Search for Lost Spirits minigame. Travelers will have to work together to herd the scattered roaming spirits into specific zones. to
I
earn
remember a
points.
variation
Pay
of this
attention to the
event. It was
conditions
like
on
a
the field
Mondstadt
if you want
event,
a higher
and
score.
it was a
For
time.
example, travelers can jump on stone
Definitely doing this one
slabs
off
that
camera though,
appear on
because
the
I don't
field.
really like doing
These slabs will break
multiplayer
open
events on camera.
and release even more spirits. Storms may also appear during the game. You can track down spirits more effectively if you pay attention to the direction of the storms.
In Evil Banisher, travelers will need to select the right teams to complete the objectives. Completing all of the objectives will award you the Banishing Aura, which allows you to deal AoE damage by spraying paint at enemies.
That paint really matches the Masters of the Nightwind's aesthetic. It's super cool.
Yeah, and so does the Spirit Loom in restoring fragmented records. Citlali will use her powers to reveal special fragments.
Alright, so
Travelers will need to piece these fragments
Masters of the
together
Nightwind, which
and
means that we have
assemble them
Collective
on a
Plenty
woven
left.
scroll.
Make sure that you pay attention to the order and positions of the fragments. Oh, there's something else that we should mention. Travelers can obtain a new 4-star sword by completing this event. The design definitely fits the Masters of the Nightwind. It looks like some kind of ceremonial artifact.
I totally agree. Oh, and this event will allow travelers to learn more about Natlan's secrets.
the one thing I
For
wonder
example,
about the sword
this
is what
quest
stat
will
it's gonna
reveal new
have.
clues about
Like
a
whether it's gonna be
mysterious
attack
and
scaling,
legendary
HP
place,
scaling,
the
defense
Mare
scaling,
Javad.
or
Wow,
what have
we've
you.
been hearing about this place since Mondstadt. It'll be nice to get some new information. On a related note, the Adventurers Guild has prepared a new trial for its members. Active adventurers have been invited to take on the challenge, including the Traveler. Travelers will need to complete various challenges with designated characters and fully leverage their skills to earn rewards. I know you're up to the challenge, Travelers.
Who's this event
Good
again?
luck.
In Mondstadt-related news, the Knights
Yeah,
of
boy.
Favonius are conducting a war game to improve security tactics in the region.
I'm
And
saying
who
this
better
now,
to
doing this one
test
off
these
camera.
tactics
Because
than
from what I
Honor
remember, this
Arena.
event is boring.
Be sure to pay close attention to the game
And just
since the
will
format
not make
has
it
changed
for a
this
good
time.
stream.
Travelers will need to select combat units and stratagems to deploy against the opposing formation. Once the lineup is set, the monsters will fight automatically. Available combat units and stratagems are completely random, just to build some unpredictability into the wargame. The chances of encountering elite combat units increases as the wargame progresses. Even more elite monsters will be available for travelers to use. It's a volatile environment, so do your best to win as many rounds as possible, earn wargame medals, and collect the rewards.
All right, let's keep the excitement rolling in this next event. We actually have a demo, so please take a look.
Oh, looks like they're selecting tactics. Double damage.
Anti-CG
That sounds
stuff.
powerful. Whoa, it's automated. Cool. The elemental reaction effects are completely different.
This brand new heated battle mode is called Automatic Artistry. Powerful support cards have been added for nearly every elemental reaction. Choose cards that align with your strategies to trigger powerful elemental reactions. The effects will change depending on how you play. In addition, the overall gameplay is very laid back. Characters will automatically duel each other and skill animations are now shorter in length.
Wow, it's like we got a whole new Genius Invocation TCG after coming back from Natlan. Talk about whiplash.
That's right. Even if you've never played Genius Invocation before, I really recommend checking out this new gameplay mode in version 5.2. The new version will also bring a few updates to regular Genius Invocation TCG.
Do you ever feel a little cooped up while you're playing card games? Well, don't worry about that. Our next event will give travelers the opportunity to enjoy the great outdoors.
Rosario Sidgwing and the
Club
spicy
Huntlife,
puppy
travelers
snake.
will need to help
Great.
Lamia track down some adopted animals.
This event
Travelers
was
will
adorable.
be able to see the animal's point of view by using a special tool. Once you've managed to deduce their location, you'll be able to track them down. Once the animals are safe and sound, travelers will receive a gift from the mysterious figure who adopted them. I feel like Auroran would really shine in this event. He's definitely an animal lover.
I can see that. I'm sure that he would jump at the chance to meet animals from other nations.
Yeah.
Finally, the Leyline Overflow event will return in version 5.2. If you need Mora or character EXP materials, then keep an eye out.
Alright, let's dive into some updates and game optimizations. First up is the change to the Imaginarium Theater. Previously, travelers would be returned to the theater lobby after completing a challenge and have to reopen the Fantasia Tome to continue. Travelers
that is
provided
kind of
feedback
annoying.
that this setup interrupted their experience. So, this will no longer be the case in version 5.2. Now, after finishing a battle, all you need to do is click Next Act if you want to keep fighting.
Nice. Travelers can now enjoy the thrill of combat without any interruptions.
And for all the generous travelers who like to configure supports for their friends, a supporting caster record has been added in the new update. You can now check which friends have borrowed your supports by looking at the supporting cast screen.
Cool. It'll be nice to know that our supports are helping people out.
Yup. Oh, and the party configuration mechanic has also been optimized. Besides the elemental filtering, the Imaginarium Theater will now feature recommended row icons, elemental statistics, and markers for the main types of enemies.
That is so helpful. I'll occasionally put together a random team if I've just started experimenting with some characters, but this information should make it a lot easier to form strategic teams.
These markers will display key information on how to counter enemies, but in a much more prominent position. Hopefully, this change will make it easier for travelers to form the best teams.
Yes. Now we can directly see which elements work best against specific enemies. That's definitely going to save some time.
For sure. And we can expect even more optimizations in the future as travelers continue to provide valuable feedback about their experiences. Okay, let's introduce the other system optimizations coming in version 5.2. You can outsort 5-star artifacts in your inventory based on when you obtained them, from the most recent to the oldest. Second, the animations for crafting materials, forging weapons, building
Okay, that'll
furniture,
actually be
and cooking
incredibly
dishes
useful
are now
instead
shorter
of me
in
having to
length.
go into the character
That's
menu,
really nice.
scroll to
The
find
dev team
whatever
designed
character I
a lot
just
of
gave
intricate
artifacts.
animations
or,
for
like,
these
new
features,
artifacts.
but it can feel a bit frustrating when
I
you
just-
have
I
to
just
watch
turn
them
them on
over
that,
and over again.
There will also be several
that filter and
optimizations
just go,
for the Serena Teapot. The seed dispensary can now hold more of
go
every
through
type
and
of seed.
upgrade what I need.
You'll be able to purchase
So,
wood
yeah,
at
hold
the
on.
Realm Depot in exchange for realm currency. In addition, the cooldown for the boon of the Elder Tree will be reduced to 5 seconds. This way, it will be easier for travelers to collect
Oh,
wood.
I love
Awesome.
that.
I've been meaning to use some cool replicas in my Serena Teapot,
Okay,
but
so
I'm
that'll actually
always short
encourage me
on
to
wood.
start
So this
collecting
should be
wood again,
really
because I
helpful.
do not have
Nice! I'm so excited for you! Oh, and optimizations have been made to artifact locking. The updated lock assistance interface will allow you to configure lock settings with a single click. Just hit Use Recommended Settings and you're set. The recommended set lock plans will even update automatically based on popular in-game configurations. Of course, if you have your own ideas in mind, then you can always disable the recommended plans to configure custom ones instead.
The update also allows you to batch lock artifacts in your inventory based on the recommended general lock plan and set lock plans. This will make it much faster to organize your inventory. In addition, a shortcut button that navigates to the lock assistance interface will be added to the artifact domain challenge screen and the artifact acquisition screen. This should make it easier for travelers to configure their locking rules whenever they want. A star feature will also be added next to the lock button on each artifact. Travelers can use this feature to mark their favorite artifacts and filter by stars to quickly track them down.
Finally, Treasure compasses will now be able to locate even more treasure locations, including Sealy's and
Awesome.
time trial challenges. A quick swap feature will also be added
Yeah, I will
for
be
treasure
using that in
compasses
the
and
event
Oculus
and
resonance
Inazuma
stones.
because there's
Enabling
still
this
time
feature
trial
will allow
challenges that I just
travelers
have
to
not
more
found in those
easily use
areas
these
that I
devices
really
across
need to.
regions. The feature will automatically switch to the compass or stone that corresponds to your location
I'm not even sure
in the
if
game.
that properly.
Be sure to check out future announcements for more
Treasure
details on
compass
the
thing,
version 5.2
good.
optimizations.
Using that a lot in the
Alright,
event in Inazuma because I
that
don't
was
have those
a
areas
lot
at
of
100%
info,
yet.
so this seems like a good time for our second break.
It's time for the third redemption code.
Alright, y'all, third and final redemption code, which means that it is almost time for stream recap. Oh boy. No, because I have plans.
Welcome back, travelers. What else do we have on the agenda, Gabe?
We have some very exciting news to share. After the version update on November 20th, travelers will be able to play Genshin Impact on the Xbox Series X and S. Log into Genshin Impact on Xbox Series X
Not really.
and
I
S
mean,
consoles
it's really cool
to
for
receive the Wind Glider
people
Wings
who
of Fate's Course
play on
into
Xbox,
Flight.
but it's not really that
Additionally,
exciting of an
Xbox Game
announcement for
Pass
me because I
Ultimate
don't
members can
play
play
on an
Genshin
Xbox
Impact via cloud gaming.
anymore.
They'll also find extra rewards in their in-game mailbox.
Awesome.
All right,
That's fine.
that should be everything. That means that we've reached the end of the special program. Is there anything that you want to say before we go, Kai?
Yes, I'm really looking forward to
Apologies.
all the new characters. Chaska and her weapons seem really incredible. I'd love to see how her travel chronicle unfolds because she has such an amazing personality. And Auroran seems like a very layered character. The storytelling is definitely going to shine. What about you, Gabe?
Yeah, I'm just so excited for players to experience more of the Natlan storyline, and we have so much to explore this time. I mean, 2 new tribes and a new area as well.
Yeah.
And one thing I've always loved about Genshin Impact is how it's multi-platform. Like, I'm always logging in on different devices depending on where I am, so it's just exciting to see another platform become available for everyone.
Yeah.
That's
And
cool.
yeah, on that note, I hope you have fun with the new version, travelers.
Bye.
I hope I
Bye.
do too. Alright. Pausing it like a second before it ends so we can talk about things. Turning off closed captions. Traska's kit looks awesome. That's not even an argument I want to have. Like, hold on. I forgot. I forgot about the keybind for like for a very crucial few seconds. But yeah, she rides a gun. She's just on a giant pew pew. That's awesome. Sadly, I will not be wishing for it because I'm more focused on catching up with Archons. Speaking of, where are the banners? Oh yeah, this I'm doing on camera. I'm doing these the Trouble Chronicles for the Flower Feather Clan on camera. And of course, I always do Archon quests on camera, so you guys won't have to worry about that. I will be doing the interlude here, and looks like we still haven't gotten Power Traveler, but that's fine because we still have to fill out the tablet thing, and this will help us, so it's fine. Where are the banners? But yeah, the new areas look absolutely amazing. Yeah, the new Saurians look really cool. It kind of seems like flying is more there is everyone's thing. Auroran's kit is definitely interesting. It's gonna be an adjustment because with all of the Natlan characters thus far, you're tapping slash holding their skill, and that's how they go to the Night's Soul state. This guy doesn't do that. So we're definitely going to have to we're definitely gonna have to try to figure out how exactly to do that. Assuming I am able to get him without accidentally getting Chaska or Lenny. Because wishing for 4 stars is it's a pain. It is so painful. Where are the banners? This dude's absolutely adorable. I'm willing to be unalived on that hill. Okay, I just found the banners. Goodness gracious. But yeah, this is what I was talking about. So we have Chaska and the Gay Magician in Phase 1. I'm not wishing for either of them, because I know at some point Chaska will get a rerun and I already have Lenny. Because I got it by accident. when I was just a wee bit too impatient to wish for Zhongli. Auroran is going to be with these guys, which is going to be a bit of a risk for me, but that's fine. The new 5-star weapon looks absolutely awesome. Where is the Phase 2 stuff? Oh, for goodness sakes. Okay, I'm gonna mute the desktop audio so I can... Yeah, because I'm not getting a good point. Okay, here we go. Oh, there we go. But, here's where I have a bit of a dilemma. Because in terms of catching up, I'm only missing Zhongli in terms of the pre-Natlan Archons. And I already have Nicolette, so we're fine. Here's the issue. Here's the dilemma I have here. Mavwika is going to be in 5.3, as far as we're aware. Because Archons always run at the very end of their respective nations' Archon quests. Exception being Venti, I think. And, I want to be able to wish on for Mavwika during her... good grief. I want to be able to wish for Mavwika during her debut banner. That's where my dilemma lies. So, my problem, like, the question I want answered is, should I wish for Zhongli in 5.3, or attempt to wish for Zhongli in 5.3, and then try and see if I can save for Mavwika, or should I skip Zhongli, wait for Snezhnaya, where he's bound to run again, and then save everything for Mavwika in the in the great grand chance I end up losing my 50-50. That's what I'm wanting to know. And that is something I'm going to have to figure out. Because, I mean, first of all, Zhongli's hot. Look at him. Second of all, Zhongli's one of the strongest shielders in the game. So, yeah. And we don't really know what Mavwika's kit is going to be like, save for like very light leaks that have surfaced and changed over the time. And goodness knows people are going to start leaking it the second 5.3 beta goes live. So that is it's gonna be difficult, basically, is what I'm trying to say. In terms of us, like in terms of how wishing is going to go, thankfully we get 2 brand new areas for 2 more tribes, and the area with the big dragon that we need to hunt down. So there will be opportunities for Bruma gems there. The only problem is that I'm afraid it's not going to be enough. You know what? Here's what we're gonna do. Here's my plan. Here's what I'm hoping will be my plan. I currently have almost a 10 pulls worth. So, and I say a 10 pulls worth even though it's like the end of 5.1 because I've been struggling with temptation in terms of wishing, and I'm trying to build pity on weapon banner so I can get the Jadewing Spear. Or see if I can trick the game into giving me the Jadewing Spear. Excuse me. So, because of that, here's what I'm gonna do. I'm going to run through my streams as normal throughout phase 1 and try and explore as much as I can, complete as many, like, I'm going to gather as many Prima Gems as I can before phase 2. Once we get to phase 2, we'll turn all the Prima Gems into wishes, see how many we have, and then I'm going to do a singular 10 pull on Zhongli's banner. If I am somewhat comfortable with the amount of wishes that we have. If we get Zhongli, cool. If we lose our 50-50, then that's great. We'll have guaranteed from Mavwika. If we don't get Zhongli, like if we don't even get a 5-star, again, that's fine. We'll continue saving from Mavwika. That'll be my plan. I will try my best to remember that that will be my plan. Because I really like the wishing animation. And also the fact that Auroran is in phase 1 is going to make it really difficult, but I'm going to try to stay strong. But, yeah. Okay. The new bow looks really cool. I just have one thing to say. Hoyoverse. Hoyoverse, guys. Why do you keep making the Natlin Catalyst look the exact same? In terms of the non-craftable one. Why? Because this is like the second or third variation of this specific body type that we've gotten since Natlin's release. Okay. Y'all didn't hear that. But yeah, just slight issue. Just try to be just a tiny bit more creative with the designs for the catalyst for Natlin, please. I beg of you. What else? What else? Oh, yeah. Stop. This event, we're doing most of it on camera. I need a good... Okay, so the Search for Lost Spirits one, that's the multiplayer event. I'm not doing that on camera, because I don't really like doing multiplayer events on camera, unless it's Windbloom, because Windbloom's funny. Search for Lost Spirits is kind of boring. anyway, so I don't really think that would make for a very good stream. Evil Vanisher and Fragmented Records, those I'll be doing on camera, because those are, like, those are a little more engaging than just me randomly walking around for a few minutes, so... I'm very sorry there's, like, phlegm in my throat and it's very annoying. But, yeah, that's what I'm doing for that event. Okay, looks like we're getting close to an hour. Boy, we might not be playing Genshin today. Like, actually playing Genshin. This one. I think I'm gonna do this one on camera, if I have to be honest, because it is kind of an interesting event. It's kind of fun with how it works. Like, it allows you to practice, getting to know the kids of different characters, so it'll be very good. Like, the examples that they used, for this event, I think, were Chevres and... Yeah, Chevres and Kanich. So, yeah. And then... This one. This one I'm doing off camera. Because... like, just looking at the footage, it doesn't really seem like it'll make for an interesting stream. So... yeah, I'll do that one on my own. Besides, I do need to, set apart some of the content for my own time. Just so that not all of the events are gonna be, like, like, I need to enjoy this game too, for my own personal, enjoyment. So, yeah, I think that's just about all that I have planned, more or less. I briefly talked about the kits, I went over event wishes, and what I'm gonna do for there, and my dilemma. I talked about the main events. The optimizations, well, the optimizations, like, optimizations are always really cool, and I kind of already joked about them when they were being announced. That I was gonna use the Treasure Compass one a lot in Liwa and Inazuma. Because, there's still stuff in those areas that I still haven't quite gotten. And the one question I do have is whether or not Monatu will count as Sealies with that, with how that optimization is going to work. Also, Kaiba Juan, thank you for the follow, and welcome to the Rebellion. I'm very glad that you were able to find this little corner of the internet safely, and I hope you're having a wonderful day. But, what was I saying? Oh, yeah, because lore-wise, Monatu and Sealy are different, but mechanically they're the same. So I don't really know in terms of that specific optimization whether they will, whether Monatu will count as Sealies. Because with the optimization, it'll also track Sealies they haven't guided home yet, as well as, time trial challenges. So... I'll figure it out. I'm sure. Anyways, we have just about reached, like, we're getting close to our 1 hour mark. Like, literally by the time that I finish with my outro, it'll basically be an hour. And I'm also delaying the outro intentionally because I have a feeling that a certain mod of mine is going to do a certain redeem, because it is what he typically does right at the very end of stream. Yep, there it is. Right on cue. But yeah, fit for today. There you go. You know what's coming. Yeah, that's fair, but yeah. Gray crop top hoodie, mint green shirt, forest green shorts. That's the fit for today. I don't really know what I'm gonna... back. Oh, Kaiba! Thank you for the sub! Thank you, thank you. But yeah, I think that will just about do it. Yeah, because whenever I do special program streams, it hardly ever lasts more than an hour. Unless it's like a special case. But yeah, we'll end it. The question is, do we have anyone to raid today? The answer is sadly no. No raids today. Or at the very least after this one. Maybe later tonight we'll do a raid. It'll kind of depend on what does the thing. But I will say that we have just about run out of time for the stream. A little later tonight we are going to be playing Splatoon 3 Side Order because there are still runs that I have not yet completed. And I'm kind of dreading the next one, because it's a bunch of weapons that I either have no experience with or that I hate with every fiber of my being, one of which being the Gatler. Anyways, if you guys enjoyed the stream and you're on the YouTube side of things, then please be sure to comment, like, subscribe, and as always, stay awesome. And if you're one of the lovely people who decided to take time out of your day, afternoon, or evening to come watch this stream live as it is happening, or you're here for the 2 weeks that it's on Twitch before I transferred over, then please be sure to drop a follow and maybe even a subscription if you haven't done so already. Small reminder that those with Twitch Prime are able to get a free 1 month's subscription to a streamer of their choosing, so if you have not used that with someone else, I encourage you to use that here, and as always, long live the Rebellion. Did he seriously just redeem the forbidden palindrome right as I... Alright.